Alright, as you can see, I'm back in the full pole. Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Good afternoon and welcome to another studio vlog. This one I have a feeling is going to be a whole mashup of stuff. I have a lot of like little, some larger, but a lot of creative projects going on. Let's just put it that way. So it is late in the afternoon, and today's project is to figure out how much yarn I'm going to want for a crochet blanket, and specifically kind of what color. So let me flip the camera around and show you what is going on here. All right, this is going to be a large crochet blanket, and this is a pattern by Helen Shrimpton. Hopefully you can see that. And the pattern is called Revelation, and she is crystalsandcrochet.com, but my plan is to color these teeny tiny little lines to figure out what I want, how much yarn I'm going to need, and what colors I'm going to use. And I was going to just try to show you on my phone the colors that I had in mind. However, I can't seem to film my phone very well. So instead, I'll probably insert a screenshot here of the colors of yarn that I'm thinking about. And this blanket is going to be a throw blanket for our living room. So kind of some browns, grays, greens, and blues. That's the general idea, as that's the colors in the kitchen and living room. Oh, and an orange. So at any rate, I am in the studio to get some colored pencils to color this little diagram. Alright, as you can see, I'm back in the pole barn in front of the computer. And no, I have not finished coloring that coloring chart, and I'm going to tell you why I've decided to go about this at a slightly different angle, or from a slightly different angle. First reason being is the coloring chart is very tedious. This is the size of my finger, and this is the size of those little teeny tiny lines, so they're really small to color in, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, because it does fit all on one piece of paper. And I cannot believe that this person took the time to make the coloring chart. It's pretty amazing. And having said that, I think it would be really good for somebody that does not know what colors they want to use and just kind of want to mess around coloring maybe a couple different charts, kind of messing around with the colors. But I already pretty much know the 5 colors of yarn that I'm going to use for this. So I don't really need to kind of concentrate on what colors. I more want to concentrate on the order that the colors go in and make myself a list, so I know what order I'm following on these directions, because I'm not using the same colors as she's using. So let me flip the camera around and show you kind of what I'm talking about. So as you can see, I've made an Excel spreadsheet with all of the colors labeled in all of the different rows. And then I'm going to put obviously the perspective, or the correct color that I think I'm going to use, alongside the correct row. And then when I go to start this project, that'll help keep me track of what color I'm using on what row, and also it will help me figure out how much yarn I need for each color. The other thing I wanted to mention was that her patterns have some unique stitches in them. They're lots of fun, and even for a beginner crocheter, I think that her patterns are wonderful. And she's got some videos to go along with them, so yeah, they're great. So try it out if you're a crocheter. At any rate, what I wanted to mention was that because there's some unique stitches, I think, in her patterns, some of the rows overlap to the row underneath. So on the coloring chart, the coloring diagram, row 5, if you count up however many rows, might not actually be row 5 on the pattern. So it's not really helping me label what row goes with what yarn. I'll flip the camera around and show you on her website without hopefully giving too much of the pattern away, but I highly recommend her patterns. They're lots of fun. This is the second one I've done. All right, I think this is gonna come out okay, but you can see row 5 here actually works over row 3. So on the coloring chart, I think this is row 5, but it looks like it's actually row 7 or something like that. So it's kind of confusing on the coloring chart. And I wanted to mention one more thing. On the yarn, where I'm getting the yarn from their website, you can switch yarns back and forth on their website, so you can kind of see how one's going to look next to another. It's kind of a really fun little a function that they have on their website. All right, so just to clarify, I'm jumping back and forth between her website, where she has the instructions, and my Excel spreadsheet to put the colors in for each row. And then I'm jumping to the yarns website just to make sure that color looks good next to the other color and doesn't kind of blend in too much. Well, I got all the yarn on order, and I figure I should focus on a few projects that I have going to get them done before all of this yarn comes in. So I'm making my way up to the cabin. It's a little chilly, and Matt actually has a fire going up there, and I'm going to be working on this crochet scarf hoodie. And my intention for this is to be able to wear it back and forth between the barn dominium and the studio on studio days when it's a little chilly, snowy, and or rainy out. Good afternoon. I am in the studio today for another non-painting project. Let me kind of flip the camera around and show you what I'm up to today. All right, I think you can see this, and hopefully you can hear me. It's a beautiful day out, and I think one of the last nice days. So all the neighbors are out sawing wood and just pretty much getting ready for winter. But I have 2 skylights in here, which are great. They let in a ton of natural light, which is really nice. However, sometimes I think you probably have noticed it interferes with the videos. There's just too much sunlight coming on, and I'm getting a lot of glare in certain spots of the video. And my solution to that glare has been this random piece of cardboard that I just kind of prop up there, fingers crossed it doesn't fall down, which it has several times, and then take it off of there to let the light back in. So you can imagine how well that is really kind of not working. So I've come up with another solution. I actually saw this online. If I think about it, I will try to put the link down below in the description there, where somebody actually used these in their camper. However, I'm going to be using them in the skylights here, and I've gotten 2 of the, what are they called? Paper shades. They're pleated paper shades. I'll flip the camera around and show you them. But I've gotten 1 for each window. Rather, I've gotten 1 for each skylight, not window. And because I'm putting these up in the ceiling in the skylight area and not alongside of a window, I need to put trim around. I kind of need to box in the skylight so that the blind just doesn't come falling kind of down, because, you know, it's just meant to hang. It's not really meant to go across anything flat. So my plan today is to empty out all of the boxes up there in the loft because of course the trim that we've kept that I've used in the rest of the studio that we've kept just in case is behind all of those boxes conveniently. So I brought over a big ladder and I'm gonna climb up there, rearrange the boxes, see if I can't get the trim out, and yeah, do the old switcheroo of stuff, which if you're not new around here, if you've been here a little while, you know we frequently do this until we fully, completely get organized around here. It seems like we're constantly rearranging things. All right, success. Got the molding down. Now I'm just going to take a couple of quick measurements and attempt to cut this. Alright, I got those 4 trim pieces cut, and I have to go do a few things. There's an airplane flying overhead. Hopefully that's not too distracting. But anyways, I'm gonna leave you here for today and I'll pick you back up. I'll probably solicit Matt here to come help me put everything up, but I think it's gonna work out. In theory, it should work out. Alright all, help has arrived back there. We're gonna try to get these blinds put up. It is raining out, so nice and cloudy, dreary evening to do this, but yeah, we're gonna try to get them put up.
This might be a little bit hard to see, but I wanted to show you. I also cut a board to go across here to mount the blind to. Sorry for the really close angle, but I can't really back up anymore or I'll fall off the ladder.
Seems like it'll work. Makes sense.
Looks good from here.
On a screw. What are the chances? I just put it right on a screw head.
Apparently pretty good. Take 2.
Always take 2. I should have test fit first.
Huh. Took the adhesive off already, so
Yeah, let's see if I can put it back on.
that's not good.
Whee! Test fit worked. Let's take that off again.
Shade number 2 is up. Super light blocking. Ooh, look at that
Whoa.
sun coming in.
Ah, my eyes! My eyes! I'm gonna fall off the ladder!
One project done and moving on to the next, which is installing a shelf across the top of the pegboard area. All right, the shelf is up and it is late, so we are calling it for the night. See you in the morning. Good morning. I wanted to show you a couple quick things here in the studio. That shelf that Matt put up the other night, I've been putting it to, I think, good use. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you that. I don't know if it's gonna stay like this or if I'm gonna keep rearranging, but let me kind of flip the camera around and show you what my idea behind the shelf is. So these little sun catchers, I'm calling them, I made with my sister, and they have various dried flowers in them. And they're actually flowers from Matt's dad's funeral and my mom's funeral. So they have some sentimental reasoning behind them, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But anyways, I wanted to get them hung up in this studio. They were hanging in my old studio, and I just wanted a place to hang them in here. And I think they work perfectly off of this shelf, along with these cute little glass bottles. These bottles also have dried flowers in them, and an artist friend of mine, Beck, made them. Her artist handle name is Juner and Beck. And then I also have this cute little watercolor ornament painting, and this is by Hope Helms, another artist friend of mine. And then on the shelf itself, I put some old art journals that are actually finished. They're completed art journals, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them there or I'm going to leave them on the shelves where they were at. I definitely want to put other artists' artwork on this shelf. Several videos back now, I showed you a couple of prints that I got from some artists. I still need to get them framed, so I want to get those framed and a few other things framed, but that will probably be for another video. This is the only painting from an other artist that I have on this shelf right now, and this is by Laura Deshane. And I'll try to remember to link all of those artists down below, either their Instagram handle and or their website. So go down in the description to check them out if you're interested in any of their pieces of art. And I think this is where I'm going to leave you for this particular studio vlog. Slightly different than my normal painting studio vlog videos, but I just thought maybe you'd want to see all of the creative projects that I've got constantly going on around here. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and if you're not getting notifications, hit that bell down there, because I am posting more frequently the month of December for Vlogmas. So again, thank you so very, very, very much for coming along. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.